Good afternoon, not good morning, everyone. Welcome to Office Hours. And it's a replay from Instagram Live this morning because I had two extraordinary friends holding on, keep on trying. They didn't quit on me, but I'm so blessed that they came back in the afternoon. The founder and CEO at Daniel Erbe Entertainment himself, talking about the Authority Accelerator. Thank you for joining me, Daniel.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me, David. I really appreciate the opportunity to share.
Well, there's so many different performance systems out there that are claiming they can help build your brand and increase and grow your business, whether it's utilizing the stage theory, which is much bigger than any stage today, even though Shakespeare said years and years ago that the whole world is your stage. But the amplification of everything is a stage now on screens that are multitudes of sizes and carriers, but all types of forms of media. This essence or authority that you help to build is the key component in this elite performance system. How do you utilize authority and credibility in your system to build these brands and grow their business?
Yeah, thanks for that question, David. I'm really glad to be here. So, as an award-winning singer and stage performer of 30 years, and also a former soloist with the United States Army Field Band, the Grammy award-winning United States Army Field Band,
Yes.
I bring a lot of this theater to speaking. So, to speaking, whether you're on a stage, camera, and the media. And so I teach my clients how to turn their voice and their body and their story into a powerful brand asset so they can attract the clients, grow their impact, and lead with the confidence that the people that have this experience on stage, it's not just showing up with a confidence, but it's knowing that you have this powerful message and this powerful story that's going to impact and influence so many people. So, yeah.
And utilizing your own success, you have now become a sought after coach and speaker as well, to help these singers, professionals, entertainers to not only communicate as you as an award-winning singer and actor, but it's more than that. There's many things about presence, and you talk about presence in the form of empowerment, and talking in your books and in speaking on stages about empowering individuals by looking inside of themselves and taking inventory of their own skills, knowledge, and desire. How impactful is it, as you as experienced in what you do as a coach and a speaker, to help with this idea of presence beyond communication?
Yeah, presence isn't about being loud, and a lot of people mistake that. It's about showing up with a commanding voice and a commanding stage presence. But it's all about alignment. It's all about when you align your breath and your voice and your body and your message to be able to match that impact that we're all here to make. And so when clients and when investors and when the audience lean in, when you have some of these techniques and tools that building a voice and building a presence can have, it sets you up as that authority that you already know that you are, but now the audience actually feels that you are the authority, and they can actually then see themselves in you, so that you are actually empowering them to be able to try to figure this out on their own.
And I think you bring up a really good point about feelings. Very rarely do people remember what you said or how you said it. They remember how they felt. And multiple thought leaders around the world, including some in which you work with, like Les Brown, a friend of ours, probably is one of the greatest at making people feel. In the aspect of feeling is the idea of how with credibility we make people resonate with what we're saying. Now, I've learned a lot speaking around the world myself about remembering what resonates with you, and capturing that which resonates with you. One of the nuances that I'm curious how you feel about is a lot of people think resonate means agree.
Mm.
And I think you have a different perspective when it comes to feeling, when it comes to emotion, the energy and motion that's created by the essence on a stage or a screen or media. Um, how do you define that which resonates with us? Is it just meaning that you agree strongly? Is that what resonates?
Yeah, I wanted to say that I really agree, though, what you talk about when you're helping the leaders lead with heart and humility, and that's what I believe that the resonance is when you're actually opened up to your true identity, then people will resonate with that. I use resonate as a term because it's a singing term, right? But really, when someone resonates, it's when someone doesn't just agree with you, but again, they really feel it in their heart, right? And when you can be around someone that is like a Les Brown, that is like a Justin Guarini and a Kim Walsh Phillips, who I train with right now, and this is where I'm getting a lot of my language from. Right? Justin talks a lot about how can someone really feel when you are presenting your offer, your service, your product. And it's about, again, with that heart and that humility and that identity. And when you can strip off all of that false beliefs and you can truly step into your authority with that alignment, with that mindset, and with that body and that breath, as a performer, I've literally had to strip off who I thought I was to get to that true identity. And if you talk with actors, they talk about acting. They don't say, the more that I've been acting, I have been acting better. They actually say, the more I've been acting, I've been listening more to myself so that I can release authenticity and release who I truly am. So,
And in the essence, you are a military vet, and I want to thank you for your service, uh, gaining artistic mastery in the 13 years of military service beyond just being a standout performer and a speaker. What are some of the uh, capabilities that were developed in those 13 years of being of service in our country? And I'm a big uh, expansion person. I think that when I look and work with athletes in our military vets, that a lot of times they think it's a fresh start, a transition into something new. And I try to change their mindset to hold on a second, bro, because your capabilities are expanding into and aligning with what's doing well, what's stable, and you think is doing well in the business world. There's no transition. It's just an expansion of what you spent 13 years developing. You seem to be able to reach out and expand. What are some of those capabilities that were developed in the military service that you provided and we're so grateful for?
Discipline. Discipline and waking up every day that you know that you are created for something more, something bigger. And to be part of the Army and the military, I mean, you are literally just a gear in the machine. So you are representing something bigger than yourself. When I got out of the military, it actually did take me a little while to try to figure out and fit into civilian life. But once I started remembering, who I am and who I'm here to serve and my identity, I was able to get back on the big stages and sing at the RNC National Convention and perform for these, large audiences, and now be on media and podcasts and with you and on stages. But it's primarily about that discipline and that work ethic that the military really truly provides. I had such a unique perspective in my military career where I was representing those who served. We all served because we were a soldier musician. But my primary mission was to go throughout the country and literally be a representative of the Army and bring the Army story to the American public. So we're representing the veterans. We are representing the soldiers, that sacrificed their lives and their families, and telling those stories with so much impact. So I think what I'm learning now as a business owner and as a speaker is, again, you're representing something that's just much, much bigger than yourself. And if you can truly lead with that heart and humility that you love to talk about, I think, things really do start to open. So.
And they have opened up for you and your Authority Accelerator. I talk about credibility being the most valuable of all things. A lot of people pass over the fact that if you were 100% credible, whether on stage or off, that people would do what you asked. And that's very powerful. And if we don't go through the stories and the lessons that we teach with a fine-tooth comb of credibility with humility, which means the transparency and vulnerability of being honest, in what we say, which is honesty, the truth, the most vibrating, fastest frequency that's available that elevates awareness and feeling, two great components in performance. And as you perform and represent our country in front of thousands and thousands of people, winning different awards as you have, from Emmy Awards and Grammy Awards, to help our country recruit and to elevate its own brand, which has never been more necessary than today. This Authority Accelerator is a great way for elite performers to have elite performance system. Build your brand, grow your business utilizing stages, screens, and media. It is the future of the elevation of a brand, a community of people that want to help each other and know people that can help each other. He's reminding us every day that you're either humble or you're about to be. He's been of service and of value to our country, and now to the business community, growing their brands and business. Please check out Daniel Erbe. He's doing it at danielerbe.com. Daniel, promise us you'll come back again. Thank you for rescheduling and your patience with Instagram this morning. We appreciate you.
Thanks, David. I'm so grateful for you to create the spaces like this where voices can rise, leaders can be seen, and people can really, really, truly grow into their calling. And I'm truly honored to be here. Thanks, David.
Well, you met the match. Thank you for matching with the Met. Thanks so much. We'll see you soon, Daniel. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right. Our next patient friend